going to do a practice problem that's from the AP Micro Test FRQ number 2. So it's designed to take 15 minutes on an AP test, and we'll be able to probably get it done much faster than that. The John Lamb Company, a profit-maximizing firm producing widgets, is in a perfectly competitive widget market. Okay. Assume the company employs a fixed number of workers and rents a machine for a variable number of hours in a perfectly competitive market. So this is a factor market, right, where they're renting that machine. Using correctly labeled side-by-side graphs of the factor market for machines and the John Lamb Company, so two graphs, market and the firm, show each of the following: rental price of machines and the rental quantity of machines. So we need two graphs for part A. So first one will be our quantity of capital and the rent for capital. And then to the right of it, we're going to say quantity, capital, and the rent. And this is the firm, and this is the market. And we're going to have a downward sloping demand and an upward sloping supply. And this is going to tell us what is the rental rate. And it tells us rental price of machines in the market is PR. So we do that. It does not give us a quantity for this market, so we don't need to worry about that. This is the firm's quantity as QL. So over here, we know this value is PR. That's the price of the machine, but it's also the marginal factor cost for the machines, because that's the price of the machine. That's every time they hire one or they hire an additional hour, it costs a little bit more. The firm is also going to have an MRP, right, which is the firm's demand for labor, and they're going to hire quantity L amount of machines that they actually decide to employ. And that is the entire graph for part A. Part B. B1, assume that the popularity of widgets declines, decreasing the demand. What will happen to each of the following? Marginal product curve for hours of the machine and marginal revenue product for machine hours. So for B1, the marginal product is really saying how productive is the machine? How productive is the machine? And this question is not going to, the answer to that question is not going to change if the demand for widgets changes. The machine is just as productive as before, so there's no change because the productivity didn't change for the machines. Marginal revenue product, on the other hand, will decrease because MRP is equal to the marginal product times the price. Now, there was no change here, right? Oops, now you can't see that. No change, and so this is a decrease in the marginal revenue product because the marginal revenue product equals the marginal product times the price. We know that there's no change in the marginal product because the productivity of the machine didn't change, but the price is actually going to go down. And that's because, so we should say this is true, and P goes down because the demand went down for the widgets. And you could have a little graph over here, even if it helps you to think about it. Supply and demand, and the demand for widgets fell, so the price of widgets fell. So the widget price is what's really triggering that. Okay? Now the last part of this question says the company is employing the cost minimizing combination of inputs. The marginal product of labor is 28 per worker hour, and the wage is 14. The marginal product of the machine is 60 per hour. What's the rental price? So this one just relies on us knowing that if they're at the cost minimizing input combination, that this is true. The marginal product of labor divided by the wage is equal to the marginal product of capital divided by the rental rate of capital. And they give us 28 and 14, and they say that is equal to 60 over what? And this is 2, so 60 over 30 is equal to 2, so 30 is the rental rate. Okay, so hopefully this question didn't trip you up too much. I'll see you next time.